I got a cough now. It's a big bong rip.
Oh, yeah, because you do bong rips.
I do massive bong rips. Hey, we're back!
How long's it been?
Not that long. Not as long as it was last time.
Was it? Oh.
Last time was like 3 months or some shit. This has been about a month.
Oh, has it? Oh, that's not bad then.
No, that's like our monthly thing.
That's not bad.
Hey, welcome everybody to the MilkMan and Revren podcast show thing. I'm Milkman.
I'm Revren, and it's doing what we ever do.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about shit and stuff.
Nerd shit.
Shit and turds and poop, urine, maybe a little blood.
Why blood?
I don't know. Sounded intense. Gritty. The
Gritty,
gritty, you know, the dark, gritty DC universe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh wait, that's not happening anymore.
No, that's not. That's done. Thankfully.
Thankfully, it's done. Yeah. So big news. What did you think about all the exciting news coming out of the
the DC offices?
Yeah.
I want to see how they're going to go about doing that first before I really reserve any judgment.
Reserve any real judgment. Do you trust in James Gunn?
I think, well, I didn't know James Gunn really until Guardians, and he did great on Guardians, so I think he can do it.
What did you think of his DC stuff, Suicide Squad and
I loved
Peacemaker?
Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. They were great. They were both funny.
Cool.
And we're getting a season 2 of Peacemaker too, so hey.
Yeah. So all this stuff, man. Creature Commandos cartoon, Waller live action TV series, then the Superman Legacy movie.
And then Batman Robin.
Batman Robin, or Brave and the Bold, really.
Yes, Brave and the Bold.
The Lanterns live action TV series.
Which that could be kind of cool.
The Authority was I was kind of surprised that was going to get made.
Yeah, that one threw me for quite a loop. I'd love to see how they're going to do that one.
Yeah. Paradise Lost, which is like a pre-Wonder Woman Themyscira TV show. Interesting.
Yeah, before she was Wonder Woman. Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Booster Gold TV show.
that I'm kind of excited for.
And then Supergirl movie.
Not really excited for that one.
You didn't like that Tom King run?
No, I'm not a big Supergirl fan.
Oh my god. Well, I'm obviously interested. And then Swamp Thing.
Of course, Swamp Thing.
Of course.
You can't have a DC movie without a Swamp Thing.
Or without some Alan Moore.
Or but he's going to end up hating it.
Oh, I can't believe I should never have written these comic books. Anyway. I'm gonna go do some dark wizarding now in my hole. Good old Alan Moore.
Yep, hates everything that he does.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of exciting. We'll see.
Yeah,
looks like we have a while to wait. I mean, the Superman movie's not until 2025. Probably won't come out.
Yeah.
And, so we have to suffer through the remaining movies: Shazam,
Aquaman,
Blue Beetle. Or no, it's Shazam, it's Flash, Blue Beetle, and then Aquaman, right? Aquaman's like the last, because Aquaman is what's going to supposedly lead into Superman.
Is it?
Yeah, I think when James Gunn, did you watch his whole spiel?
Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
Yeah, so like Shazam kind of is off in his own thing. Then Flash is going to reset the DC universe. Blue Beetle kind of exists on his own, so it's not really affecting anything, but could potentially.
It's an Elseworld story.
No, I don't think he said it was Elseworlds. I just think that's going to happen. It doesn't really affect what's going on. But if they want to bring that character back, like if the Booster Gold thing is successful, obviously they could do Blue and Gold or something.
Yeah.
Or a version of it anyway. And then Aquaman is supposed to be the movie that then leads into Superman. So we'll see how that works.
So they're keeping Momoa as Aquaman.
The door's open for everybody, actually, except for Henry.
And Ben. And Gal.
Well, Gal hasn't said no. The door's open. They've said the door's open. I don't know if she's going to want to do it, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she should. She was great.
Well, she's great in the first one. She's not so good in the second one.
The second one was kind of...
That's kind of garbage.
Off the wall. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Anywho, we're supposed to do our top 10. This is like a revised top 10 of our previous top 10 comic book movies. Top 10 favorite comic book movies. But Matt didn't really do his homework, so he's going to be flying from the off
the seat of my pants.
He's going to literally fly off the seat of his pants. Flying from the seat of your pants? What is this phrase?
I don't know. What is the phrase?
Flying
off the seat of my pants. I thought it was.
No. What?
I don't know.
Flying from the seat of your pants.
Sure.
How are we doing this? We're doing it. We're just flying. Oh, we're just flying by the seat of our pants.
There we go.
Okay.
Did you just look it up?
No, I just had to sit there and rephrase it. Like, what the fuck? What are my pants flying? Anyway. What are they flying?
I don't know. What are they flying?
Anyway, you can't find our... so we used to have a podcast like this. Or this is the continuation of that podcast, really. It's the same thing, but we did this like, I don't know, 5 years ago, like pre-COVID. We did this top 10. So there's been a lot of comic book movies since then. So, a lot of things have changed, and so I thought that, maybe if we revisit this list, perhaps we would have different choices. I have different choices. And
I have a few. I was thinking about it earlier today.
Was he? While he was just playing video games all day?
A little bit, yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what character are you pretty much mainlining in Gotham Knights?
I'm just giving them all a chance to see who I like right now, but I like Robin and Nightwing right now.
Okay, cool. All right, so top 10 comic book movies updated, but you will never be able to find. So this is the new version, because you'll never be able to find the old version because those podcasts are gone forever.
They are?
Yeah, the old. So when Shout Engine went away, I downloaded them all.
Mm-hmm.
So I had them all just in case I would have them for prosperity. But then I lost that hard drive died.
Oh no.
So, I mean, they might be out there somewhere. I could look. I mean, I could check the Shout Engine thing. I'm pretty sure Shout Engine is gone though, so I don't think they're out there.
No worries.
It just means we have so much more content that we can create over again.
Yeah, over again. Over again for the first time.
Though I do think our original 3 episodes we did way back when we started way back on Podbean, those might still be around. Those are probably still on. Those are probably still on.
The original when we first launched this thing?
Way. Like we did our origins and I don't know. Yeah, the really bad. The really bad episodes.
Yeah, where we were not planned at all.
I mean, I'm sure the improvement, you would be hard pressed to notice improvement from the original episode to this, but I promise you, we have gotten better. Anyway,
a little bit.
I, however, Rev, I have, I did my list. Top 10.
Ooh.
Well, you can't see it now. No. But, now I'm already questioning my entire list, but.
Of course you are. Because that's what you do.
I did want to try. I should have tried to find the episode, and then I could compare our lists. But oh well.
Nah. Maybe you can find the episode before you put this one on.
Maybe, but I'm not going to.
No, of course you're not.
Come on, are you going to find it?
No. I don't even know where to look.
They don't task me with finding it. All right. Number 10. You're going to go first.
I'm going to go first.
What's your number 10?
Okay. My number 10
is, let me look at all my movies really quick.
I'm not looking. My movies are over there. I'm not looking over there.
All right.
Number 10 all-time favorite comic book movie. Well, I'm going to have to stick to my guns, and I'm going to have to go with Green Lantern.
Oh, my. You like that movie still?
I still like that movie.
Oh my
It
god.
is just a mindless, shut off your brain and watch it movie.
I don't even remember if you said that the first time.
I did.
Did you? All right.
Yeah,
All right. I know you're a hardcore Green Lantern guy.
I am. And I'm
Uh,
missing the comics because they haven't produced any.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's sad. What's going on
yeah.
over there at DC? They don't take a
Well,
break?
I think so. Well, they're focusing on the big Trinity mix-up right now at DC.
Oh. Who was writing that? Is that Jeff John still writing that shit?
No, he stopped like 10 years ago.
No, that's good.
It's had different writers. I believe Alan Moore did a run.
Oh, recently?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was weird.
Hates
Fucking book.
comics, but needs money.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Green
Green
Lantern
Lantern.
with Ryan Reynolds wearing the living suit,
Yep. The symbiote.
the symbiote suit, the Venom suit, the green Venom suit. Such a. I have not revisited that movie since I saw it originally. I should rewatch it, just out of curiosity. I know you have. Clearly, if it's on your top 10 favorite, you must watch it.
I've watched it a few times recently.
Oh wow! Like how long ago would you say was the last time you watched it?
About a year ago.
Oh, that's not too bad. All right.
No.
Like it's like a once a year watch.
Yeah.
All right, hardcore fan. My number 10. I'm gonna go with the one that really kind of started the MCU. Like, and I'm gonna go with Iron Man. Yeah, I think it's the best Iron Man movie. And it's just it's
I thought
fun.
you liked 3 better.
Huh?
I
I
thought you
like
liked
3. I wouldn't choose 3 over it.
Gotcha. Okay.
I like 3 because I like Shane Black, and I would say that 3 is kind of in the same ballpark as Green Lantern a bit, in the sense that it's kind of goes off the rails in some areas. It's kind of crazy. It's a little too much, but there's parts of it I really do like. But
Okay.
it's Iron Man 3 is a weird one too, because it doesn't feel like it fits in the MCU, even though it is part of the MCU. It feels like
it really doesn't feel like it fits.
It's really a weird movie, but
Yeah.
I enjoy it because of it. Like they had to fix a lot of stuff with the whole what's this, the villain, the Mandarin villain in that movie obviously had to be totally kind of corrected. They kind of retconned that in anyway. But
well, everybody knows when they retconned it. They've seen the movie.
yes. But yeah, the first Iron Man, dude, I really dig that movie. It's really well done. It's obviously there's some, the villain isn't the greatest villain, but it's more a real solid origin story of who Tony Stark is and Iron Man and all the characters, so you can kind of forgive it for not having the greatest villain, but it all works really well and comes together and has great moments.
And it does.
I love I still love the scene where he the tank hits him, shoots him, and then he shoots a little rocket missile at him and walks away and it blows up, and it's just like this badass slow motion walk type. It's all like, that's awesome. And then and then at the end, the classic, I am Iron Man, just like say fuck it, I'm just gonna come out. I don't need why fucking hide this. It's perfect. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And that kind of
they couldn't have chosen a better person either to play Iron Man.
Oh yeah, 100%. And it just sets the tone for what would be the
the Marvel universe.
Yeah. So number 10. All right, number 9, Rev.
My number 9 is your number 10.
Oh, there you go. Is this how this list is gonna go? You're just gonna
No, I'm not gonna mirror you. Shut up.
I'm gonna keep giving Rev shit because he didn't make a list. I can assure you my number 11 was not Green Lantern. Okay. Well, anything else you want to add about Iron Man then?
It is a solid story with not a good villain like you said, but it has a great background and a good introduction to the would-be Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. Cool. My number 9, it does go to space. I'm going to choose Guardians of the Galaxy as my number 9. I was reading this comic before it booted into the made it a film, and I did really like the characters, but I think the movie just kind of took those characters and made them shine in a whole different way. And we were talking about James Gunn earlier, like he really knew like the core of the characters.
He gets misfit teams.
Right. And it just, was such a great film, and it's one of the, there's not a lot. It's weird, like with the Marvel movies, I don't watch a lot of them again, but there's certain ones I watch a lot. So I've seen the first Guardians quite a few times. I've seen Iron Man quite a few times.
Yeah.
But I've only seen the second Guardians movie like once, maybe twice. I just don't like it as much. So it's just one of those. It's weird. But like that first one is like super cool, and again the villain. Well, the villain's fine. I didn't like the final battle dance off. I mean, I get it. It's Footloose, and they're doing a dance off thing, and it was kind of goofy. It's fine. That's like kind of the ending is kind of the weakest part for me, but the movie as a whole, and getting the team together and those cast of characters, the whole cast was perfectly cast, and so I like that movie.
Yeah.
And the music, obviously, super cool.
Well, yeah, the music was amazing.
All right, bud, what's your number 8?
Number 8 for me.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Go old school. No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, we're gonna go Spawn.
Oh wow! Well, you are picking some misfit teens, dude.
I love that movie.
Do you?
I watched that movie over and over and over.
I watched it.
Horrible, but it's good.
I watched it over and over and over a lot back in the day. I had it on VHS. I used to watch it all the time. And the soundtrack, soundtrack is fucking badass too.
That is a good soundtrack.
But I watched that again recently, and man, the hell CG is so bad. The Malbolgia shit is just so bad. Yeah. No, I mean, I get you. I dig it to a degree. Maybe
that was one of the big first
nostalgia
superhero movies I saw. Yeah,
and it was nostalgia. Actually. It is. I can see that. I kind of wish McFarlane would get to make his new Spawn movie, but I don't feel like that's ever going to happen.
No.
But Spawn needs a movie, man. That should be a bigger franchise. You would think. I mean,
you would think, yeah.
But I'll blame McFarlane on that. He's probably just keeping it from happening.
Probably. He's more interested in all his action figures he's got going on, all the lines he has.
So my number 8, I'm going to go. So I decided to put one Spider-Man movie on my list.
Spider-Man 2?
Yes. It is. You know what? I don't even know if Toby. I mean, I like all the Spider-Men. I have a hard time picking one, but I do like Toby. I do like Toby, and that movie, the villain's perfect, and it's just shot really well, and it seems very epic. Like I like the new like the Tom Holland stuff, but it gets a little too
emotional
or up its own ass, or like it's just too big sometimes, or it's just seems like Spider-Man currently seems like more of a world Spider-Man, whereas Spider-Man 2 feels very New York centric. I mean, I think all those movies feel fairly New York centric, which is kind of what Spider-Man kind of,
That's what he is. He's New York.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm not even from New York. It's just kind of, you get that feeling through it, and then just Sam Raimi, I think he's on his game. He got the first one out of the way, figured it out. And then the second one, he just really got to focus. And that's probably the Spider-Man movie I've seen the most. Yeah, for sure.
It's a good choice.
Yeah,
really good choice.
7, buddy. What's your number 7?
Michael Keaton, Batman.
Oh, it's a good one.
That is a very good one.
I guess they're just releasing the brand new Super Blu-ray Batman edition or something. I saw a commercial for that the other day.
Really?
Yeah, so I watched this trailer for the Blu-ray, and then watching it, it's just like, oh man, I should rewatch that. I haven't seen that in a while.
Isn't it on HBO Max?
Probably. Probably.
Watch it there.
I could. Come on.
I know, it's you.
I should
You said
watch
you're
it.
going
It
to.
does not mean I'm going to watch it.
Exactly.
I mean, I watched that movie so many times. Like, it was like really the greatest comic book movie for a long time.
It really was.
For the
It was a
longest time.
great comic book movie.
I never had an issue with Michael Keaton as Batman. I never had,
Jack Nicholson as the Joker. It was really well done.
I think the only issue I had was that it was the Joker that killed his family.
Yeah.
That wasn't really an issue when I was younger. As I got older and more into comic books, the movie began to kind of mess with my brain. But that's fine.
Because it changed different things about how we read the comics.
Yeah. It's like, what? Oh, this is how it's supposed to be. So the movie's wrong. But yeah. Cool. Good choice.
Thank you.
My number 7, I'm going to go with Wonder Woman. I very much like a lot of these kind of origins first films. They introduce all the characters and there's some great moments, but there's still that ending is kind of garbage, like the weird battle on the. But I do like
Airfield.
On the airfield with I'm forgetting War. What is the guy?
Ares. God of War.
God of War. That's such a weird kind of fight, but I do like that what's his name gives his life.
Chris Pratt.
Pine. But
Pine.
no, but
Steve.
Trevor, yeah. Steve Rogers with the shield. Yeah. I mean, this yeah. But no, Wonder Woman, Gal did a pretty great job. I think it's just what happened with that second Wonder Woman movie. I just don't understand because the first one is so good. I don't understand what happened. Like what happened there? But yeah, Wonder Woman number 7.
Good choice.
Number 6, Rev.
Superman.
Donner.
The original.
The original.
The original, the Donner cut movie.
Well, I think the Donner cut's number 2.
For you?
No. What I'm saying is like Donner directed both of them, and then the second one that got taken away from him. So then there is Superman 2, the Donner cut.
Well, no, I did just Superman.
Just Superman. The first one.
Done by Richard Donner. That is my,
I would have been okay with you saying 1 and 2 because it was shot as one movie.
Was it?
Yeah. So like the original, because like Mario Puzo, whoever wrote The Godfather, he wrote the script for Superman, and it's this massive script, and they shot the whole thing as one. And so when the first one came out, and then Donner was cutting the second one, and he was making some choices that the studio didn't like. Now that the Superman had been a hit, and so they just took it away from him. But yeah, it was shot as one movie. So if you watch it, the Donner cut and the first one together, you definitely see it as like, it is really just one movie. So I would kind of be okay with if you just said 1 and 2, but obviously it was released separately. But anyway, good choice. I haven't seen that in a while. I have them on Blu-ray, I think. Anyway, so I'm gonna go down a little indie comic movie thing, and I'm going to pick for my number 6, Dread.
Oh, like the Carl Urban Dread?
Yeah, I love that movie. I have it on Blu-ray. I've watched it quite a few times.
Movie. It is a really good movie.
I get it's like The Raid or it's like this or that, but it's I just really like it. Carl Urban is awesome as Dread. It's really simple, well done, great action scenes, shot really well. I don't know. It's gritty but done on like a pretty low budget, so like, but doesn't seem like cheap. I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I was kind of sad that it didn't do well and get like a sequel.
Right. I liked it a lot. It was really, really well done.
I'm not even really a big Dredd fan. I have a few Dredd comics, but never really got into that. But I still have never seen the Sylvester Stallone Dredd.
Oh God.
That some people like. I've never seen that. But yeah, that Dredd movie I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I did too. It was good movie.
Number 5.
1985 Transformers.
Oh wow. Okay. The cartoon.
That how can I not go with that movie, knowing me and what's on my walls?
I
How could
suppose
I
I
not
get
go?
it. I get it. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it. I didn't put any cartoons on mine, but
Oh,
that's a good. It's a good choice. That's a. I mean, I've seen that movie. That's probably the movie I've seen the most. If we're gonna go down
yeah,
that road.
me too.
Um,
Me too. I was so sad when Optimus died. God, I cried.
I don't know if I cried, but I
I
was
did.
pretty upset. Or I was just kind of like, what? What? I think I was just in shock. Like,
Yeah.
why is this happening?
Why is the robot dying? The greatest robot ever.
Wait, why are some of the other characters just dead too? Like
Yeah.
when fucking Megatron just jumps on that ship in the beginning, just kills fucking
Everybody.
everybody. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
what is happening? It's pretty funny, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, great movie. My number 5 is not Transformers, but
Of course it's
it
not.
is from the '90s. Also has a great '90s soundtrack. The Crow with Brandon Lee.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
That is one of my favorite. I mean, I watched that movie a lot. I read the comics. I have. Yeah, it's one of my first. I think it's probably like the first indie book I ever like bought. Like I was pretty much just Wolverine and some X-Men, and then The
Mhm.
Crow, and then I saw the movie, and then I wanted to dive deeper. And I think that's really my kind of first. I bought the the graphic or the trade at Powell's, and I don't know. I read that thing a million times because
Yeah.
it's not just the comic book, because there's all this like lyrics and poetry in it too,
Yeah.
and then there's all this other shit you didn't like really understand. Like, I guess they shot the Skull Cowboy in the original Crow, but they never used it. They cut it out, and so like there's all this like that stuff in it, and it's just and the Crow is the actual that the bird is different. It like kind of communicates with him more than
Mhm.
it does in the movie. It's just kind of his eyes it kind of communicates with him, but not like it does in the book. It's just interesting. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fast. The movie's great. Brandon Lee was awesome. It was super sad that he died.
Yes.
And then that's a soundtrack that is just fucking awesome too. Nine Inch Nails and The Cure, Violent Femmes, Rage Against the Machine. I mean, there's a bunch of shit on that. That's one of that summer and that soundtrack were like all the time was listening to that shit. But
Yeah.
anywho, yeah, good movie. Definitely saw that in the theater.
Oh, I bet you did.
All right, buddy. Number 4.
I'm gonna have to go with Spider-Man 2.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. I just like you said, great villain, great story. Just a whole bunch of stuff happened in that movie that shows you that that's the grounded Spider-Man. I love all three of the guys that played Spider-Man. I really do. They each embodied a different version of Spidey, but I did like Toby as Spidey a lot, and Alfred Molina as Doc Ock was just spot on.
For sure, 100%. Would you? I mean, Tobey Maguire's even said he'd be super down to come back. Would you like to see like a Raimi Spider-Man 4?
I think that would be kind of cool, but they'd have to give Andrew his third movie too.
You think so?
I think they have to. Andrew was the bigger Spider-Man fan than Tom and Toby.
But I don't know if Andrew really cares if he needs to come back. I know
He said
Toby's really.
he wants.
Oh, does he?
He said he wants to come back.
Well, interesting. I guess that's up in Sony's people at Sony.
Yep.
Cool. Number 4. So this was a wrestling moment because I wanted to make sure Wolverine was represented, and I like Logan a lot.
Oh.
But I don't love Logan as much as everyone else does. I have issues with it, and so I ultimately went with not unfortunately, just that Bryan Singer is a fucking douchebag, but I still really love X2, and that portrayal, especially in the director's cut where Wolverine's a bit more aggressive. They like add a bunch of like scenes that make him seem even more aggressive, and so that like this was 100% on my list last time because I think that when Stryker attacks the mansion and Wolverine just fucking goes crazy, I think that's still for me still like the best portrayal of Wolverine. So in the movies, or what I just think of when I think of like Wolverine in the comics. I think
and his Berserker rage.
Yeah, it's just, and that's why the edited stuff in the director's cut that's added back in, like some of the scenes are kind of cut short where he's not really growly and just like crazy, but some of those scenes are kind of they hang a little longer, and he's just like violently berserk, and it's just like that is so fucking perfect. So like still to this day, that X-Men movie, and the movie itself is actually really solid. It's a really solid X-Men movie. I mean, all the stuff what they set up with Phoenix and stuff, even though that shit doesn't really work in the next movie. No. But that movie is great, sets up well. I don't know, really
it does. It is very good.
So that's my number 4. Number 3.
Number 3. I think I'm going to have to go. I'm not really prepared for the top 3. Number 3, I think I'm going to have to go with Captain America Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy. The serious one.
That is, I like spy dramas, and that movie, aside from being a hero movie, it's also the ultimate spy drama.
Right.
And it was really well done. And it showed that Cap can't hold back all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. I thought it was great.
And this is the first Russo brothers film.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did great. And they're on my list again near the top.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what movie that's going to be.
Oh, man, are we going to have the same movie? So, my number 3, I'm cheating. 3, because of a trilogy, is 3. I mean, if I have to pick one, I'll pick the last one. But I'm putting the Dark Knight trilogy here at number 3.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. And it depends on my mood. Like Batman Begins, I love. The Dark Knight, I love. And The Dark Knight Rises, I know people aren't huge fans of it, but I love that movie too. So it depends on my mood in the day. So,
okay.
And it's really hard for me to choose. I mean, it's not. I mean, I think ultimately I'd probably choose Rise just because it's like the underdog in the movie, but I like all the symbolism and the kind of metaphors that are mixing with the rising out of the well, rising out of the prison. And just actually really being a hero. Like when Batman shows back up into Gotham and like saves Commissioner Gordon from being drowned or murdered. I mean, that's like one of the most badass Batman things, and he tells him to light it, and it just brings all this hope back to a dead city.
Yeah.
It's like one of those moments that we'll probably talk about again in a certain movie. But it's just like that is a fucking superhero comic book moment that like gives me chills still. I love it. And while the movie might be flawed in certain aspects, those moments are what makes certain movies my favorite. So I guess if I had to choose, it would be Rise. But they do it in the other movies too. They have those moments in Batman Begins and Dark Knight. That one is always just at the forefront of my mind when I'm thinking about Batman in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, okay. Number 2.
I'm gonna go a little off the rails and say Kick-Ass.
Oh my God!
Kick-Ass.
You love Kick-Ass?
I love Kick-Ass.
Oh.
The movie was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, I liked it. It's a good movie. I wasn't enamored by it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it stayed pretty true to the comics.
Okay. I don't think I never read the comics. I mean, I knew of the comics, but I never read any of them.
They were pretty good.
Cool. They made a sequel. They made 2 sequels, right? There was like Kick-Ass 2 and then Hit Girl, or like a Hit Girl had a sequel or her own movie, or no?
She had her own comic.
I know she had her own comic, but I thought they made a movie with just her. No? Oh.
No, they did not.
See, that's what I know.
Yeah.
Cool. Kick ass. That's a fucking Mark Miller's. That's why I have issues with Mark Millar.
I know you do.
He's kind of a douchebag.
He kind of is. But he's not as bad as Alan Moore.
This is true.
At least Mark Miller's happy with his work being made.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I gotta take a fat shit. So, just hold tight, and I will be right back. I will cut this out. Well, I will keep the I have to take a fat shit in, but then I will cut out whatever happens in between my fat shitting. All right, I'll be right back.
All right, I'm gonna play some Batman while you're doing that.
Whew, lordy. I shot out like an avatar, dude.
Shit, I gotta run. Hold on.
Oh. I was getting the poop sweat. I was getting the poop sweats, dude. I was like sitting here thinking, I can hold it. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh man. Oh, uh-oh. No. Thank you.
Oh, the poops.
The poop sweats.
That's a good weight to number one.
The poop sweats. Well, I still have my number. I still have my number 2.
Oh, that's right.
I saw one more. Because yours was, what did you just say?
Kick-ass.
Kick-ass. Yes. My number 2 is more Batman. I love the Batman. It's probably one of my favorite comic films in a long time. I've rewatched. I've seen like that 3 times now, I think. And
really? I've only seen it the once.
And I've rewatched the ending multiple times. That's another one of those moments where he has this paradigm shift from being vengeance to being a hero.
Yeah.
Like in that moment, just like I love rewatching that moment and realizing that he's not being what he needs to be for the city. So it just, I don't know. I think it works. It's like a Batman art film, really. I mean, it's kind of slow pacing but it's I think it's perfect.
I like how it started out. He's stompy and dark, and by the end, he's a beacon of light and hope.
Right. And it's cool. Like none of the Batman movies have really done that. It's always been pretty singularly focused as to what Batman is and what he does.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool thing to see, and I really like it.
It's a different take on the Batman.
I love the use of the Nirvana song at the beginning and the end. It like bookends the movie. It's it's just cool and different.
Yeah.
I mean, people can say it's the same. It's just more Batman, but I don't. I see it. I see it.
No,
differently.
This was a different Batman. Definitely a different Batman than any of the other Batman movies.
So that's my number 2.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 1.
You want to guess what my number 1 is?
I'm gonna go with Endgame. I'm guessing Endgame.
Yes, it is.
That is also my number 1.
It's such a great fucking movie. It really is.
I wrestled with putting the first Avengers on, but like ultimately, I only need to watch Endgame to then remember all that other stuff. Because Endgame kind of just brings it all together.
Yes, it does.
And I remember, I think I was having this kind of like debate on Facebook or something with Jason Wolford or something. I was like, I forget which comic book movie we were talking about, but I wrote this comment about like, I just hope that in the last Avengers movie, Cap finally says Avengers Assemble. And
right? Because they've been teasing that forever.
Well, I mean, yes and no. And then he's like, and then Jason's response was like something like, something, but they probably won't do it because that's just something that a lot of people aren't going to understand. But it's like, but that's not, the films have already been so fan servicey that I think they have to do it. It only makes sense. And so like when it happens, that whole ending is just nothing but fan service. And generally I kind of get pissy about fan service, but like, I don't see how that film could end any other way. Like it has to be that.
Yeah.
And it was perfect.
It was the superhero movie I was looking forward to seeing. the way it ended with Cap having the hammer, Cap saying "Avengers Assemble." The theater I was in, the whole auditorium broke out in a giant scream when Cap said "Avengers Assemble," and as soon as Cap wielded Mjolnir, the theater exploded then too.
It's funny too because everyone considers Infinity War, Infinite, whatever this.
Yeah.
What is that one called?
The first one, Infinity War.
Is it Infinity War?
Yeah.
Like everyone, like critics and people tend to think that that's the better movie because it's like The Empire Strikes Back. It's the darker one.
Where the bad guy wins.
Where the bad guy wins and all this stuff. And it is a good movie. I've actually only seen it twice now. But there isn't a lot of those moments. Like the moments are all sad moments, but none of like I don't read comic books for the sad shit. I read it for the heroic moments. So like there's no dopamine being fed to my brain. It's just like, oh, this is sad. This is okay. This is good, but it's sad. You know? I don't know.
And Endgame gave you hope and happiness, whereas Infinity War was, oh look, everybody's dead.
And you know, also, well, it was sad. I mean, it was still sad. Endgame. I mean, it still reckons with like at the very beginning. You know, they kind of deal with it, and then they ultimately kill him. Spoiler, but it's like, but then what? They just move on with their lives, and then there happens to be this crazy comic book idea, which is awesome. They have this crazy actual, like, something you would read in, like, Avengers Forever or something. Like, oh, the guys are all going to get together. They're going to wear these stupid Avengers suits and go fight the big bad. Travel. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's so comic book somehow, but I don't know. So it's just a lot of fun. And I think everyone gets a good amount of time. I mean, I know it's a big-ass, long movie, but I feel like everyone gets a good amount of time. Everything somehow masterfully fits together the best it can. I don't know. I just really enjoy it. I watch that movie when I'm feeling depressed because it makes me feel better. It just makes me feel better.
Yeah, it does. I do that too. When I'm feeling down, I watch Endgame, and I've seen it quite. Oh yeah,
I've seen it quite. Bryn's always like, "You're watching this again?"
Because you notice something new every time.
I don't even care if I do. I like hanging out in that movie. I like hanging out in that movie.
Yeah, it brings back hope, is what it does.
So, I was surprised that no Deadpool made it on your list.
I know.
What is up with that?
I don't know. I mean, I absolutely love the Deadpool movies. And if we had to do a top 11 or whatever, he would have been on there. But I wanted to throw some old school movies in there that I actually do like and have watched before,
right?
Over and over and over.
Some of my honorable mentions are like I love Hellboy. I think Hellboy was probably on my previous.
The original, the first one,
the first and the second. I like both of them.
Okay.
Both of them. I'd probably just pick the first one just to pick one, but I like both of them. But those are great movies. They
are,
and I think if they were, I think they just got.
Hellboy would be on my honorable mentions.
I think they just got pushed off because newer stuff came along. What else was I wrestling with? I mean, I really was wrestling with putting the first Avengers on because that first Avengers movie is actually really well made, and it's just a miraculous feat of getting, that
heroes together.
Just getting the movie to work is kind of miraculous in itself. Like I said when I talked about, I like Logan. I like Logan a lot more when I watched it in black and white. I have the disc where it's the normal and then the black and white version, and I really like it in black and white. Because that's how I'm kind of weird like that. But I just it's like an 11 for me, you can't have 20 11s on your top 10 list. But
no,
I'm trying to think of what other kind of crazy movie.
I would go with the X-Men 2. That would be on, my past 10. X-Men 2, Deadpool, Hellboy, all those.
I'm trying to think of some other stuff that I was wrestling with, but I can't remember it now.
What about the Transformers movies?
I mean, obviously, I mean, I wrestled with, should I put Spider-Man 2 or should I do Into the Spider-Verse? That's a great fucking movie.
Oh, that is a great fucking movie
But
too.
it's like, I watched it the one time. I haven't revisited that movie. I haven't really felt the need to revisit it. So like that kind of.
I've watched it quite a few times.
I honestly thought that would be on your list.
I love it, but like I said, I wanted to throw some old school movies on there.
What else was that? There's another. Oh, so this is weird. I mean, like Ghost in the Shell. I love the original cartoon or manga, whatever you want to call it. But I also like the shitty live action Scarlett Johansson movie. I like that movie a lot. I know it's somewhat
whitewashed.
Yeah, but whatever. I mean, I enjoyed it. Obviously the original, Akira is a crazy movie that I used to watch. I used to watch that all the time when I was younger. I haven't really watched it ever since. There's certain things I used to watch all the time back then that I don't watch now. I don't know. There's a lot of great things out there.
Yeah, there are. I have not rewatched the original Transformers movie in a long time.
Oh, the original? I did. Recently. It wasn't. It was pretty recently. I like this past year. I went through all of them.
Really?
That was
the animated, not the Michael Bay one.
No, the Michael Bay, the live action ones. Okay. I have seen the cartoon also recently, but no. I haven't watched it recently. Last year, I did a whole rewatch of all. Well, I started with the Bumblebee movie because I love that movie. That's a great movie.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
And then I just said fuck it, and I started watching all the Michael Bay ones, and all of them. So even there's so much of that. But
yeah, aren't there what, 5 of them?
There's 3 with Shia and the 2 with
Wahlberg.
We're just like, what is going on in these movies? I mean, there's fun garbage in those movies, but holy moly, what choices are made? I don't.
Oh God, who knows?
I am excited to see the new the Rise of the Beast or whatever it's called.
That looks good.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That looks good.
Reserving judgment.
I'm a fan of the Beast Wars Transformers cartoon and the action figures. So
I also like how the robot mode's a little bit like the actual Transformers than the Michael Bay Transformers. They're like, it's more like the Bumblebee route than the Michael Bay route,
Yeah, exactly. And that looks awesome.
So, I hold out hope for that.
I am too.
What else? There's so many. I swear there's going to be some, like, I didn't put any Captain America. I thought about Civil War. I that's a really good movie. I was always like, oh, that's too much Marvel. You gotta get away. I was trying to think of like what more indie stuff. Yeah, I actually had totally forgotten about Crow, and then I was like going through lists and like, dude, holy cow! I because I actually researched this, Rev. So like they had like top 50 comic book movie lists all across the internet, and holy cow, is every website's different, like massively different. It is so like night and day, where like one person will have like the Dawn or Superman at like 42, and then another list will have it at number 1. It's like radically different lists, man. I mean, it's amazing these movies get liked. Like just how people just feel about certain ones is crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
But I like doing these lists. It's kind of fun.
They're fun. Next time we do one, I'll be more prepared.
You better be.
But hey, I did pretty good for Off the Fly.
You did pretty good. I was, you didn't put Leave Extraordinary Gentlemen on there. I mean,
God, that movie.
I mean, so bad it killed Connery's career.
Yep.
What else? I don't even remember if I've seen it now.
What? League
of Extraordinary Gentlemen at this point. I swear I have, but I can't remember it.
I think it's on.
I think I own it, actually.
I think it's streaming something.
I think I have.
It? You've never seen it?
I'm sure I've seen it. It's so, must be so like, I just out of my brain, it's so bad or something. I swear I have it. I swear I own it on Blu-ray.
Oh, On Blu-ray.
I think so. Hold on a second.
Wow.
Nope, I'm mistaken. For some reason I thought I owned it. Maybe I have it on DVD. I don't know.
I have it on DVD. But I think it's streaming somewhere, so you can watch it if you don't have,
give it a rewatch.
If you've never seen it. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I probably have seen it once, and then just it's so forgettable. I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Hulk movies. I've always been a apologist, a Hulk apologist. I like that first Eric Bana one.
Really?
Yeah.
I tried watching it, and I got 10 minutes in, and I could not watch it. Could not watch it.
I saw it in the theater, and I do have that one on Blu-ray.
Of course you do.
I
think I borrowed it from you, and I just couldn't watch it.
Actually, I have both. I think the one's on Blu-ray, and the other Incredible Hulk I have on DVD.
Oh.
Which is also a good movie, actually.
Yeah, it is.
The Blade movies.
Those are good.
Those are definitely streaming too. I was gonna rewatch all of those because I haven't seen those in a while. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about those that are still good. Those
are really good.
Even the third one that's not super loved, I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the beginning of really the whole Marvel thing anyway with Blade. Holy cow! I mean, that was a big hit.
What about Howard the Duck?
Howard the Duck. That movie is it's a movie,
right? That's the best you can say to it. It's a movie.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid, dude. We used to watch it all the time. That Howard the Duck and Garbage Pail Kids. Did you ever watch that movie? Holy.
Oh, long time ago. Yeah, I did.
Best movie adapted from cards.
Right.
Stickers.
Yeah.
Card stickers.
Sticker cards.
Sticker cards. Yeah, that, I don't know why we just used to sit there and watch that all the time.
Because
kids are stupid. That's my only.
Kids are stupid. I agree.
Yeah, and then I was always like Howard the Duck because I forget that character actor's name, but he gets possessed by the alien, but then he's also the principal in Ferris Bueller's. And that actor always like freaked me out.
God, what is his name?
I'd have to Google it. Yeah, but he always looked like such a weirdo.
Yeah.
He's like a classic 80s weirdo character actor.
Yeah, like Crispin Glover.
Yeah, but not.
But not that weird.
Well, I bet yes. I bet whoever that guy is not as weird as Crispin Glover is weird all the time.
No.
Oh boy, what else is?
Right.
I'm just like, I was racking my head when that's why I had to do the list because I was like, am I forgetting movies? And I was like,
what about the G.I. Joe movies?
Wow, those are awful.
Well,
the second one's not awful.
The second one's not. It's bad, but it's not awful.
That first one though is rough. Oh my god,
it's hard.
Like,
oh my god.
That's like I don't know. That was a choice. I feel like
the original, the animated one was great.
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch that a bunch as a kid. I don't know if it's as great. When's the last time you watched that one?
A couple years ago.
Oh, really? I don't. It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to think of more like cartoon ones, like
Mask of the Phantasm.
Mask of the Phantasm is good.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a good cartoon.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that one in a long time either.
I had that on VHS. Those are what I had: the original Batman, the Michael Keaton Batman, I mean, and then not the original Batman, and then Mask of the Phantasm on VHS. And I used to watch those all the time. Not as much as Top Gun, but
well, of course. The second movie's better than the first one.
I mean, that's arguable. it depends on how much you love that first one.
That's true.
Also,
and
the first one is, and then how important that first one is to your enjoyment of the second one.
That's true too.
Like, you could watch the second one and never see the first one, and you'd enjoy the movie, but there's so much shit you would just be like,
what the hell? Who's this person?
What's the importance of this? Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cool.
Yeah.
I guess that's our
movie list.
Top 10 favorite comic book movies of all time.
For the next 3 years until it changes up again, and then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully this new Guardians movie, like, the trailer is so intense. I hope they kill somebody off and just make me really, like, I don't want to be sad, but I hope it's an epic hero sad sacrifice scene of, you know.
Epic hero death, yeah.
Yeah. That's the other thing I was gonna say about the whole Endgame thing. Like, I bookended I Am Iron Man. That was the fun thing I did with my list that I forgot to mention. Like, the beginning starts with Iron Man. He says I am Iron Man, and then at the end, that's such another great fucking I'm inevitable.
It ends with
I am Iron Man. It's just like, suck a dick. It's like he's literally telling him to suck a dick.
Pretty much, yeah.
And it's just like the best, like, fuck you in a movie. Like, there's just so much going on in Endgame.
Yeah, there is.
And it's missing from a lot of the movies coming out of Marvel right now, in my opinion. Like, I get they're entertaining, but it's like, and I get the representation is also really important, but the movies themselves just feel a little hollow. I mean, I don't know. Like, I just watched Wakanda Forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. It seems so unimportant. It just doesn't. I get they're mourning the loss of Black Panther, but then the movie itself just seems so kind of, all right, it's a movie. I don't know. I didn't like it. It's fine. Like Shang-Chi is the same kind of way.
I like Shang-Chi.
It's fine. I don't know. I'm kind of that's why I'm hoping like Ant-Man is good. You know, I hope that is a substantial movie. I hope it. You know,
I think it will be.
I hope it is.
I mean, fuck, we're getting Kang, for God's sake.
I know, but it's like, we'll see.
Yeah.
You're getting the supposedly one of the most hardcore Avengers villains in an Ant-Man movie. I mean, Ant-Man has got to be like next level. He's been B-tier Marvel. Now he's trying to, you know, punch his weight up. You know, like trying to get up into A-class. So we'll see. I mean, I love Paul Rudd, and he's great as Ant-Man, and Ant-Man's great ensemble character. His movies, but his movies are fine. I haven't been in love with them, so we'll see.
They're fun. They're fun,
but it's yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. So Marvel's kind of been sad, and I want it to get better, but I don't know where it's going. Like, the TV shows I've been more happy with than I have with the movies. Like, I really like She-Hulk. I really liked Hawkeye. I found those all more interesting than...
Hawkeye was fun. I enjoyed it, and I love that they brought in Vincent, whatever his name is. I can never pronounce his last name.
Yeah, Kingpin.
Yeah,
as Kingpin.
As Kingpin, and then in She-Hulk, Charlie Cox as Daredevil.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
But, cool. That's another show.
Yeah,
minus my fat shit. Don't worry, I'll leave most of it in.
Well, there was nothing to.
No, I'll cut out the silent. When you're playing video games, I'll cut that out. But I'll keep the parts about the pooping and the poop sweats. I'm gonna call this episode "The Poop Sweats."
Okay.
All right. Poop sweats.
Well,
top 10.
I did preface the episode with taking a massive dump, so you know.
It's nice. All right. Well, I guess we'll sign off. You can find us. We are a podcast on all the podcasting platforms, so if you're listening to us, you must have found us. But you can leave us feedback at milkmanrevren@gmail.com. And you can find this in video form on Spotify or on youtube.com/milkmanpictures, where all this stuff lives and dies eventually. I'm Milkman.
I'm Revren.
And we will see you Next time.
See you later, guys.